Introduce yourself.
The name is Sarah. I am probably the biggest dork of your chat. Nice to meet you. How's it going? Let's take it serious. I am a dancer here in VR chat, and I also do a lot of roleplay. And yeah, no, I've been here for what, at least almost 2 years now. So I'm still a little baby compared to this one, but yeah, one of the known dancers around here.
Okay.
Well,
It's interesting. So you said that you're into dancing. So what kind of dancing do you do?
I do a lot of hip hop, freestyle, contemporary. I mainly stick around a lot of hand movements, a lot of tucks and things like that. I would do right now, but I've been dancing ever since I was 6 years old. I was introduced to it by my brother,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been sticking to it since. And when I found VR chat, that is the reason why I originally came here because of dancing, and then friends were like, "You should just start streaming," and here I am.
Damn. That's crazy though that like you were introduced by your brother and now you're a VR chat dancer. Would you ever think back to yourself, man, I'm gonna become a virtual dancer. I'm gonna be dancing in VR rather than real life.
Oh, no, 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 oh no. I think when I was younger, I always wanted to have a higher dream of being like,
Mhm.
one of these well-known dancers and things like that. But when it came to VR, like I didn't even know this existed
Mhm.
at all. And as soon as I found out about it, well, a friend introduced me to VR because they brought over their VR headset and the base stations manually, and they just set it up, and it was like, "Here, try this on." And I ran into dancers, and around that time, that was when No Logic David was around,
Yep.
and just now getting like the exposure that they have. And I was like, my first day in, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to get into VR because I want to do that too. And now here I am with full body and just doing what I love, regardless. I didn't think that I'd be here at all.
Wow. Yeah, for me, that's crazy that like you watched other people inspired and you wanted to do it yourself as well, like stream and have full body. I've only been having full body for 2 days. I'm not a dancer, but I at least I try. A lot of people tell
I'm
me
gonna actually get into
a lot,
dancing.
a lot of people told me that I have no dancing ability whatsoever. I'm not lying when I say that. I'm not trying to show up or anything.
Lies and blasphemy.
And for me, in that like clip I posted on Twitter, it was just me goofing around and acting like a boomer. But like, I don't know, it's just something fun to do, right? Like people say, like, man, I have full body. I never danced like that before. So basically, I just have confidence in myself to just have fun, and that's all it's about. Like I'm not trying to show up. I'm not trying to be like
that
number one or anything. I'm just having fun. It's basically what it's about for
that
me.
by default is literally what dance is in general. And the best thing about it is that you don't need full body to dance. You can have just a headset and arms, or you can be dancing in desktop. Dance is literally universal. So it doesn't matter. But as
Mhm.
long as if you do have full body and stuff like that and you want to express who you are, then by default just go for it because there's so many people that I've ran into that get full body and they're like same situation like you said. They're like, I have it but I don't
Here comes the money.
and at the
Here
end
we
of the
go.
day,
Money talk.
as soon
Here
as you
comes the
stop
money.
caring about, image and everything, and you just start playing for
Dollar,
fun
dollar,
and that's something
dollar.
that you're loving within it, then by default, by all means, just let yourself live. Let yourself live and enjoy the moment. Enjoy your dance, because it's you. That's the
Yes,
best part about it.
I appreciate that. Sorry, I had a
For
notification go off, so like half your story was um like cut off. I couldn't hear it. I'm not gonna lie.
oh no, you're good, you're good. Um, I can touch on it.
Mhm.
I would definitely say a lot of dancers here. Have you ever heard of IDA?
IDA. No.
Okay. IDA is currently a movement, but then here in VR chat, I have a lot of friends as far as, I don't know if you know Ron or JJ. I'll probably have to introduce you to them, to be honest with you.
Ron and JJ.
But,
JJ as in.
Ron, JJ, Charma, Sweet Heat, Gigi, Duh, hello to all my family, everybody else. But yeah, no, there's a lot of dancers here. I think overall the goal and what I'm about to touch on is the same as those that dance in VR chat in the first place. They just
Mhm.
want to have a self-expression. The best part about IDA is that they're trying to work towards getting people to feel comfortable and that confidence so that they can do dancing not just in VR chat, but they can also just have fun IRL,
Mhm.
you know, regardless of the situation. So what I was saying earlier, if you're dancing, do it for you. Do it for you. Don't really focus on the whole aspect of like, is this move good or is this move bad or whatever. You have to enjoy the moment. Enjoy the moments and the memories that you make before trying to make anything perfect because perfect doesn't matter.
Mhm.
Your happiness matters.
Couldn't have said it any better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me I'm gonna mute for 1 second because I have to thank this person. It's important.
Hmm.
Yo, thank you so much, Rob. What the fuck, dude? $100? Sorry, I didn't want to like interrupt her. I know this is an interview, but holy shit, dude. Thank you so much, man. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. I'll give you another thank you at the end of the interview. Anyway, sorry, I had to do that real quick. Um,
You're
but
good.
yeah, I do agree that I do think that dancing should just be about doing it for love and just having a good time. I think a lot of people get intimidated, like you said, like a lot of people they get full body. Like I played this game for 2 years and so many people I
Hmm.
go to like whatever clubs and whatever like organized events and Friends Plus or whatever, and so many people I don't want to like get up and do it right now, but they just sort of like do like the like the
The
side
left and
step,
right
the
and
left and
yeah.
rights, and I'm like, bro, you spent like $500
Hmm.
on that, bro, or whatever, and like you're just like moving like that. I don't want to hate on those people or
Hmm.
anything, but like I feel like you should, go wild, go crazy. If you're just going like, woo, like don't matter, just go,
Go
just
stupid.
yeah, just go stupid. That's what I did. And I mean, I'm laughing at myself, but it's
That's
it's fun.
it's I don't know. If you think about it
Whoops.
though, that's kind of how it is, in some IRL situations. Some people they
Mhm.
don't they don't really know that experience of dancing and things like that. And I think if anybody really wanted to take the time to dance,
Mhm.
all they have to do is simply drop the armor, the shields and everything else that you're so self-conscious about everything else and just go.
Mhm.
Because what I teach my students and what I've taught IRL, but for a long time what I taught my students was, if you're so focused on the simple aspect of, you don't want to mess up this step or you don't want to mess up this move because you want it to be 100% pristine, then by default you will not get better if you don't allow yourself to make the mistakes towards getting better, you
Mhm.
know?
Yeah, exactly.
And some people, I feel like it's just something by default. If your approach is something new, then you kind of hesitate. But I can definitely guarantee you, as soon as you're on the floor, letting yourself live, letting yourself just be within that moment, nothing else matters.
Yeah.
Nothing else matters at that moment. That's why I'm glad you have full body though, because now we can actually vibe instead of just being there and like, okay, well, I can do the toggle crouch. It's good.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't know how well. I already told my stream like before this interview. I was like, I don't know how well I'm gonna be dancing because like my play space is like so limited and like I have to like wait until like I move out. I mean, I can do some things, but nothing crazy. And like the tracking and the calibration is like kind of like goofed up anyway right now. So like I'm doing the best I
Mhm.
can. I said like I'm gonna be using it for like chilling and stuff like that. But I feel like dancing that I'll dance and just mess around. But don't expect me to do like backflips and like crazy like cartwheels or some
Backflips and
shit.
crazy. You,
So
that's the thing. There's no limits. No limits.
exactly, I'll just buy a swing.
None.
What do you mean? I'll buy a medicine ball and just bounce on it.
Oh my god. Thing
Just
earlier
want
and
to
it
get
wasn't
badged
good.
that an 18 love.
It wasn't good.
Kelly,
Uh,
what the fuck? Thank you so
I,
much for the
I,
5,000 bits.
yeah, no,
What
we're
the
not gonna get into
fuck?
that story. That was a very scary story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. Um, well, okay, I guess I can tell. I
Okay,
tried to do a
tell it.
double backflip off a swing. I tried to do a
Oh,
double backflip
shit.
off a swing. Everybody was doing everybody was doing backflips off the swings, and I decided that I was gonna be the one to be like, hey, I'm gonna go for a double backflip. I went for a double backflip and I landed on my head
Ooh.
after doing 1.5 backflip. Yeah, no, it was
Is your head
never doing that
okay? Do
again.
you got some scars?
Yeah, no, my head is okay. I had a little knot trying to trying to tell me that he was my boyfriend, but I was unconscious. I knew straight up that he wasn't my. So it was yeah, no, never do that unless you're actually you have some practice in it. Swings are fun and friendly. Just be careful.
Mm-hmm. I get you what you're saying. So so here's the question. How did you initially get into VR chat? Like the initial like, wow, this is gonna be the game that I want to play. Like what was the first thing that you saw? Like the first like stream or YouTube video or like who was it?
Oh boy, here we go. So very first was like, okay, I really want to get into this, and this is going to touch back into my friend that visited. They came over and they had a headset, they
Mm-hmm.
had a Vive, they had the Vive controllers, and they had the base stations that they had the stands for them, right?
Yep.
Um, they came over, set it all up. They told me to try the headset on, and it was. I was like, I have no idea what to expect. Next thing I know, I am in VR chat in a never have I ever world. That was my first ever world here. And I was literally like out of all the worlds, never have I ever. But I was amazed by it because the simple fact I was like, okay, so anybody here can be in an avatar that they want to be,
Mm-hmm.
but you can explore all of these worlds and do whatever. So my second world was the pug,
Mm-hmm.
and I hung out there for the rest of the night, and I made a lot of friends. And sadly, I don't remember who those people are because they were on my friend's account. But yeah, no, made a lot of friends. And after I got the headset off, and mind you, I was in VR for like 12 hours straight. They went to bed. My friend went to bed after leaving me in VR. I was just having too much of a blast, and I took the headset off and I just told myself that I was going to come back. And so I started looking up videos, and the very first video that I found was Zendaya, Mama Zen.
Mm-hmm.
And from watching Mama Zen roleplay and all that stuff, I found everybody else from Oathmill, and I found Oath, I found Joey, I found so many of the people back then that was, during the prime of people finding the videos. And I was like, okay, if I'm gonna be a part of this, I can at least do it in desktop. So I saved up enough money from working Taco Bell in a dance studio, and I got myself a little game, $1,000 instead of spending it on a gaming PC because I didn't know what. I don't know much about computers, and I realized later that I could have just spent money on a custom belt.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I got a gaming laptop, and from that gaming laptop, I saved up to get a headset, and I ran VR chat on a gaming laptop for about, I would say, for about 6 or 7 months.
Okay.
6 because I got stuff around Christmas for the PC, and yeah, stuck around ever since. Cause I think that was around the time that like Whoops and all of them too were like doing their videos with full body tracking, and then that's when I found out about David and stuff later on. So that's what I did. And played VR chat on a crappy laptop until I was able to get around to an actual computer.
That's okay. Um,
Hmm.
I mean, for me, when I first started, like when I played VR chat on my desktop computer, it was terrible. Like when VR chat was first blowing up, it was fine, but as the game progressed, like
Hmm.
I could barely run the game, and like when I got my
I remember you
Oculus,
talking about all
yeah,
that.
this headset's the same headset I've gotten 2 years ago. It's still kicking, even in full body. It's the same. I'm using an
I don't
Oculus.
understand.
Listen, I can't listen. It costs money to get a new one.
Have you even like dropped it or hit it against the wall at all or anything?
Not. I haven't like. damaged it. Okay, it's gotten damaged over time. Like the headphones are gone, like they're done. So I use my own wireless headphones and my
Mm-hmm.
own microphone that I'm sponsored by. So like it's like pieced together
There you
now.
go.
Yeah.
So it's Oculus OGs, the one
Yeah,
Oculus
yeah,
that.
the original one, yeah.
Oh my god,
It's OG. It's probably gonna
that.
die soon. So I already have the money, and whenever the Index comes out or like restocks, I'm gonna buy an Index headset and the
Mm-hmm.
controllers. I don't need the base stations
Because
because I
you
already
just
have the
be
base
coming.
stations. That's how I'm using legs.
True. True.
Yeah,
Easy. You just
yeah.
come back already.
So
Surprising that you're able to actually still use your Oculus on because courts be dying on those things and people have been like, I need to get
yeah,
another headset
I'm just.
soon.
I guess I'm just lucky. So a question about how you started watching Zentran and stuff. Were you? I think you were you watching around the time when I was involved when I was the detective. I was like the what's up, brother? How's it going? I was the detective guy with the beer and
I
the cigar or cigarette.
I was watching around that time. I actually started watching a little. Yeah,
Pardon?
no,
Sorry, you cut off a little bit. Sorry. What ends up
um,
happening is it's on my end. So what ends up happening is my bit rate on my stream dies randomly. I don't know, my internet shit. So sometimes like my bit rate dies and then like not just the stream. What the?
oh my god.
Anyway,
Okay,
my
the leg is possessed.
yeah. Anyway,
Give
so
her some
as you were
Artificial.
saying, sorry, I couldn't hear what you said.
Um, so I started watching Mama Zen on. um, I call her Mama Zen. She adopted.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, I started watching Mama Zen on YouTube, and this was around the time that the RP was strong with ALA and everything else. Yes, I did actually catch you when you had your, your cigar smoking. Um, but around that time, I didn't really watch that much RP as far as VR chat wise. The
Mhm.
only one that I was Mama's in, and then later on Joey came around, and I remember Yang, great grandpa Yang, he came around, and then you came around, and
Mhm.
I was hooked because of all the characters that was going on within that timeline.
Mhm.
Mm.
I get what you're
I
saying.
remember ago when I first wanted to get into VR chat after watching the RPs, I was like,
Mhm.
what was that old map that everybody was using at the time?
For the chips RP and stuff.
Club Rogue.
Club
Club
Rogue,
Rogue.
yeah.
That's right. Club Rogue. I remember during that time, I was like, I just want to go and dance at that world, and then I took pictures and everything else, but I wanted me to be in VR chat, but I was also, and so compared to then you, Joey, and everybody else, I was like, to be honest with you, I never thought that I'd even be and we'd be friends and things like that. Like,
Mhm.
because I was the fangirl. I was the fangirl. I was the one that was just taken in by the community. And
Mhm. I get what you're
to this
saying.
day, it's been wild because
Yeah.
everybody else was just OGs. Everybody else is the OG and things like that. Been around for a while, so I'm kind of just glad to finally be in my own path of what I'm doing
Mhm.
and being able to provide for the community.
I get what you're saying. It's very humble, very nice of you, to want to be part of this community and stuff. That's what it's all about. Like I know a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people say to my chat, "Oh, you're famous," or "Oh, you're an OG," but like I'm just a person, honestly. Like I've
Mm-hmm.
I've been in calls with all the people that you probably watched, and we just hang out and have a good time. There's no like expectations. We don't like do things and be like, "Oh man, have these high expectations and stuff." We just have a good time. That's all it was
Mm-hmm.
about. And for me, I just happened to be a opportunity. I knew Chips and the Club Rogue stuff was happening. I didn't know anybody. I didn't know any of the YouTubers. I didn't know who Joey Bagels was or Nags21 was. I didn't know
Mm-hmm.
Ashanera or Zintre or any of those people were. I just All I know, it was a bunch of Twitch streamers and a bunch of YouTubers, and I was just laughing. I was just like, "Oh, look at all these YouTubers, man! They're stepping in our
Look at
territory."
all these
Yeah,
YouTubers
they're
and
all
Twitch
stepping in our.
streamers.
Yeah, there. It was the big meetup between the two, and
Yep,
I just gotta
that's
say,
always been.
it was I miss it sometimes, you know. Getting a little
Hmm.
choked up, you know. It's just, it's true. I miss those times. It was a good time.
I wish I'd come back, but time for
Hey, that just means
continue to create.
it's time for a new chapter. You know, we can make our own. We can just do the,
That's the
you know.
crazy thing about it too. You look at it and you're like, so there's actually generations of people that have been here, you know, and you see the new generation
Mhm.
and like it's I don't know, it's exciting to just be like, okay, so this is where things were and you see people have like some have come and gone, some still visit, some are still here.
Mhm.
But you're also able to see like the new faces that come around and see what they're able to do and what they're creating and
Yeah.
it's just I don't know, it brings a smile to my face. It really does.
Exactly. Like on Twitter, I made a post about, well, jokingly post. I called it Generations of VR Chat, and it has like 300 comments and like 300 likes and a bunch of retweets and like 30,000
Mhm.
impressions or some shit. And it started off as a
Mhm.
joke, but I wanted to like label the different generations. I just gave them meme names like, oh, if you're part in 20, if you start playing in 2019, you're
Content
a meme.
creator.
Yeah, content creator.
Content creator. Hello. Oh my god. Freaking okay. I did see your old post a long time ago too of a VR chat loading screen.
hmm
VR chat loading screen music. I freaking missed the tube. I missed the music. I missed the tube.
You can still go on
Oh, the
YouTube and
feel.
just listen to it for an hour straight, you know, just play on a repeat.
Bah. It's not the same. You can't just lay back in VR chat and go through the tube and look and as you wait and load the world.
hmm
Instead, we have listen. Don't do this. Which you know, to be fair, for some people they need that.
I think most people don't even read the rules, to be honest with you here. Because there's some people who still like defend like ERP in public. So I'm like, bro, it's literally in the loading screen. What the hell are you talking about? It says don't use that necessary
Literally,
for work avatars. What are you talking
it
about?
could load in the world. It could be right there and be like totally, totally against it. It's good though.
Oh,
Oh
they're
yeah,
talking
no.
about your hands are getting cut off. So like if you're too close to that camera, it cuts off your head and stuff
Blah
like that.
blah.
There
There
you
we
go.
go.
Yeah,
Hello,
there you go. Now they
Gucci,
can see your hand. Yeah, they can
Gucci.
see your hands now. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, the camera has like sort of
Easy
like a
clap.
cutoff period or something. Like it, like if you're like too close to it, it starts like cutting into you.
Bah, 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 bah,
Yeah, like that.
bah, bah, bah.
Yeah, hands are
Listen, you get your
non-existent.
pet.
Anyway, so what decided? Have you decided on like a character yet, like your OC or your mascot or your brand? Or are you still working on it?
You're looking at it.
Okay,
You're
so
looking at it.
was this recent? After I talked to
Yeah,
you?
yeah. After you talked to me, because the thing is that I had a friend that wanted to do art of my character,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, the thing is that they got the art piece done, and they wasn't able to get art. They wasn't able to add me because of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I have all of these friends that have their OCs, and they've been sticking with it, and like for you, you had Kenny K Kona, but
Yep.
you switched around to who you are now. And I'm like, that's inspirational because when we had that talk, I was like, I really have to sit and figure out my OC.
Yep.
There was not one person that I could look towards and be like, yeah, I know that's them. Like by default, that's Foxy, you know. And you just know a person by their character. Nobody's changed, and I'm like, nobody really knows who Sarah is. So
Mm-hmm.
I took the time, and here I am. Hello. This is actual casual. I have my actual one, but it has a scythe and it's pretty loud and crazy.
Oh yeah. That's why I always tell people. I think having your own identity and like having your own mascot is very important because you just don't want to be known as like a generic kana or whatever. Like some people do it, but I don't know. I think
Mhm.
it's better to like have your own character because it's longevity, right? Like if you're going to be a content creator, if you're just someone who plays the game, that's fine, whatever. But if you're like someone who's a streamer or a YouTuber, I think it's very important to branch yourself out and make something unique. I'm not saying you have to have something from
Mhm.
scratch. It could just be a TDA and just like you mix the colors and the clothes good enough that like it's different from most basic avatars. Obviously,
Mhm.
people like me have went to the extra mile, and obviously I paid a lot of money to get mine made from scratch so I can actually copyright it.
Mhm.
But it's not for everybody. But I think it's still important because I just remember 2 years ago, all these old stories, but like everyone used to you go to Big Owl's or like whatever Trap Chan's Avatar World, and everyone looked the same until like one day someone's like, "Look,
Yeah.
I can edit this model, and now I look different." And I'm like, "Oh shit!" Now everyone knew that. Now that everyone knows him from that character, and for me, that was Kenny from The Walking Dead, and I was like, there's only like, as far as I've seen, there's only like 3 or 4 people I've ever seen in my entire 2 years of Chat actually
That's
have
you, skinny.
that used Kenny before I made my Avatar World. And everyone just knew me as that character. Like no one, you would never see like two Kennys in a world like ever. It was never a thing until I released my world. But yeah,
Mhm.
and it's because I had to like the avatar was so scuffed. I had to like work on it myself. I had to learn how to do things. And I had one of my friends set up the Vise memes and everything. So like it was built kind of like jerry rigged from scratch, kind of like just the
Still,
eyes and
like
stuff. Yeah, and I had the
everybody was
costumes.
learning how to do things then,
Mhm.
compared to now. Like you had to make do with what you had. And by default, I think memories as that character,
Mhm.
but even in that character had its own lore and things like that. Like Kitty
Exactly.
already, it already screamed like who this character was from that game. But like for you right now, you have that slate where you're like, okay, everybody knows that this is just Rebel, and this is who they are, and this is your OC, this is what you're branding with,
Mhm.
and like the times are different. They really are. Like you can't go back and be like, this opportunity was there then. Everybody was making do with what they had.
Mhm.
So I don't know. It's inspirational to see that everybody has continued to develop themselves and grow and actually, stick with it. That's why it's
Exactly.
inspirational to me.
Yeah,
Because I would switch from avatar to avatar to avatar to
I
avatar to
convinced
avatar, and
you.
people be like, yeah, but I never focused on it before. I never focused on it before because I was like, it's whatever. I didn't focus on it because at the time I wasn't necessarily focused on that. I was focused on my dance and everything else and what I can do here and there. But
Mhm.
I had to do some self-reflection. And when I talked to you, that's when I was like, duh, I haven't done this before. Everybody else has it.
Mhm.
I haven't sat and like figured out like what screams me. A lot of my old avatars had things that pertained to what I liked and things that I did and things that I loved. So I all I really needed to do was combine them all instead of leaving them in pieces, and here we are.
Exactly. I like it. When I look at you, I say that
Mhm.
that's Sarah. That's you.
Uh-huh.
That's what's
Yeah, I
important.
have the random meme faces. I have the blah, boy, blah, boy, stare, smile, hello. How's it going? Yeah, no,
It's cute. I
I
like it.
am.
It's good.
I think. I think there's a lot of models that people get into,
Mhm.
and if they're wanting to do something, it's kind of hard for them to figure out what screams them because they I don't know, for me in general, I know that there's some models like my old models I will still love,
Mhm.
you know. I'll still love my old models, but they they didn't necessarily come down to that point when I was like, okay, I feel whole, I feel complete in a sense, and this is something that I want to continue to run with. Every other model that I've had, it's like, okay, I did this because I was inspired. Like my pink haired model that I had before,
Yeah.
because my sibling is Revolt. I
Mhm.
had the pink hair, I had the pink tails, and everything else. And then when I was Mama Zen's daughter, it was like, okay, well, I have the red hair and whatever because I want to do this for Mama Zen. I want to give and I want to support and I want to be with my family and stuff like that. But out of that whole situation, I never took the time to be like, okay, so Sarah, what do you want to be? What do you want to scream out? What do you want to put into the world?
Exactly.
And I got that from you. That's what I got.
Mhm.
and I did it.
I changed the future. I caused something.
Mhm. Mhm. Learn from one another. That's
Exactly.
how we do a community. Remember the unity and community. That's what matters.
Mhm. Well, that's why I wanted to see. That's why I brought you on here for, to talk about dancing, and now you created your own character, your own identity. Like that's so important. Like I said
Mhm.
before, like a lot of people, like when I was Kenny, it was just a meme. It was a joke, but it was a joke that was running on for too long, and my regret is I should have rebranded a lot sooner because I was just doing a joke character. It was just for memes. Like anytime that I
Mhm.
was around another streamer or a big streamer and I did my voice, like you just see K Kona spam. So it was like really
K
enabling.
Kona, K Kona,
Yeah,
K
that
Kona.
was it. That's the only
Mhm.
reason I did it because like it was just like a running gag. But like for me, I there's no identity. It was just wow, he's just playing a character nonstop. Like there's no structure.
That's why I said I'm freaking proud of the fact that you have what you do now.
Mhm.
Because this screams Rebel. This screams you.
Mhm.
The show and everything else. And I was talking to my stream earlier. I was like, I don't really know other interviewers and things like that. But at the same time, what I do know is that, you have your show and everything else and you've made it your own
Mhm.
by default. Like nobody can take this from you by default.
Exactly. Some people try to compare me
Mhm.
to other streamers and other content creators, but it's whatever. I don't really care. I'm not gonna let it put me down. And I mean, to be honest, who else like has done this amount of interviews and stuff like that? I mean, like, come on. I don't think anyone streams it on a
I
regular
can't
basis.
think of
Like,
anybody else.
exactly.
I
So
really can't.
people say that what I have here is something very special, and I have like the what do you call it, like the I have my own little like corner of Eurocha. A lot of people have dancing streams, some people role play, chill, whatever they're doing. I'm
You
the
found
interview
your
guy.
space.
Yeah, I earned my space,
You
which is
found your
just
space.
doing interviews. And I always say this, I never thought I'd be doing interviews still. Like when I first started doing this, I was very nervous and very like, I don't know what I'm doing. Is this gonna last? And here we are, almost 100 episodes in. So
Literally. Hello.
yeah, yeah, consistency.
And that's really what it comes down to. Like even IRL wise, you don't have to go out and do. I say this to so many people. I'm like, you don't have to go out and do everything that the world has to offer. You choose what makes you happy. You choose
Mhm,
where you feel like you're actually doing something of benefit,
mhm,
and you invest your time into it. Like you don't have to go out and feel like you need to be a doctor, a firefighter, and anything else. Do what makes you happy. Put your time into it, and you'll be better within that area. And while you're still here and able to do so, take control of the area that you're good at,
mhm,
and that'll scream what you do. That'll scream you, and people can be like, yeah, no, they're good at this topic, and that person's good at that topic. Like I'm dancing your interviews and things like that, and you just continue to grow. And if you want to try something else, continue to do so. Just don't feel like you have to have so much on your plate.
yeah. I,
Mhm.
I appreciate that. Yeah, like I said, I'm not. I don't have plans of becoming a dancer. My strength is just talking to people, making connections on a real level,
Mhm.
and that's what I do. I want to show people out there by streaming this. Hopefully, someone out there watching is like, "Damn, I want to be like Rebel. I want to like talk to people, make connections. Be influenced,
Mhm.
and maybe I can make a difference in this community. So that's what it's all about for
That's the
me.
point of it.
Exactly.
That's really is the point of it. Because people look for that.
Mhm.
People look in different areas and stuff that they pertain to. So say like if I have people that are into interviews in like looking at me, but they're not that into dance. By default, I could even um in my situation, just because I dance doesn't mean that that person is going to enjoy it. But if they find you per se and they enjoy what you do, they can
Mhm.
still be inspired by that situation, regardless of it.
Mhm.
And you really have to take into account, to everyone, like whatever you do, at least make sure that you're you're trying to make somebody else's life better, including your own, by starting by including your own.
Mhm.
Because there's a lot of things in this world that specific people are good at, and it's okay to watch from afar. Let that person do what they're good at, and from from your view, enjoy it. Enjoy that that person is good at it. You don't have to be like the best player, the best video game player, whatever. You can do what you're good at and have people that enjoy what you do. Those are the people that you're gonna want to connect with and things like that. Sometimes it's good to just
Yeah.
sit back and enjoy those things that people hand to you and not feel like it's competition, you know?
Yeah, it's well said. Exactly. You don't
Mhm.
have to be the best of the best to be a part of any community. It doesn't have to be about VR chat. It can be about whatever you want. Like just have fun and
Mhm.
just be yourself, you know. I always tell people when they start streaming as well, don't like go into streaming and like have this crazy schedule and have like I have to stream 10 hours a day and all this. Like no, just have fun with it. Stream for a
Oh,
couple
Lord.
hours. Do have fun, you know. That's it. I'm still having fun. That's what I stream
Mhm.
this for. I do this for fun.
Mhm.
No one told me, hey, Rebel, you should start doing interviews. No one told me that. Literally nobody. I did my own talk show. I did it all by myself. I made this
Mhm.
world by myself. I had a little help with the camera stuff, but they just helped me out, like tutorial
Still.
wise. Still, I did all this myself. I did all these people I've gotten interviewed. I did it myself. I contacted every single one of them. I set up that Google document. I did everything.
Mhm.
So hard work pays
Which
off.
is that's what I said. That's what I said. Like this just screams you. And by
Mhm.
default, that's like you just said. Nobody told you to do that. I feel like I feel like sometimes there's too much noise out in the world, and we drown out what we really want to do because of that noise.
Mhm.
If you're paying attention to so many other things and not trying to figure out, what screams you, then you're gonna listen to it. Like maybe you should do this, maybe you should do that, or do this, and your heart already knows what you want to do, but your mind wants to overthink it. Your mind wants to go down this path of like, but this, and if your heart already knows what makes you happy,
Mhm.
try to get both of them to work together, and by default, you have your own power duo. Just don't let the noise drown out what you used to love when you were a kid. And if that is still there in your life today, then by default, continue to pass it on into what you're doing in the future. Nobody else is going to do it for you. Nobody's going to be your hero.
Mhm.
You.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Cause there's a lot of people
Mhm.
out there that oh, I'm gonna start streaming. Oh, what's popular right now? Oh, I'll do memes. I mean, I'll become a meme streamer or something like that. I'm like, dude,
Mhm.
don't do something because oh, it's popular. Like, you're not gonna like it, dude. Why? Like, it's the same thing with anything. You keep be like, oh, everyone's playing Fortnite. I'm gonna be the next ninja. It's like, no, dude. If you don't like Fortnite, like, why,
And
why bother? Like,
the hype train.
I know
That's
people,
what it is.
people like to watch like what the most biggest streamer, biggest YouTuber is doing, and just follow that. I understand it's like bandwagon, and yes, you could find some success from doing that because there is the bandwagon train. But like a lot of
Mhm.
times, forcing yourself to do something that you really don't like to do is really stupid. You're gonna burn out and like start hating what you do. 'Cause imagine waking up every day and being like, "Wow, I have hundreds of viewers watching me every day, but I don't actually like Fortnite. I think Fortnite's a horrible game, but I'm forced to play. If I play the
Mhm.
games I want to play, I get like 2 viewers, but if I play Fortnite, I get 100. Like, why, why
Mhm.
go with that? You want to build your brand, build your community, doing something that you love. So then every day when you wake up and you start your stream or your YouTube or whatever you're doing, at least you can say, "Wow, I love what I do." And for me, that's VR chat. I know a lot of people always say, "Rebel, you're crazy. Why do you still play this game?" and stuff like that. But it's because I'm passionate. I like what I do, and I made this talk show. You know. So
Mhm.
there's a lot of newer games I just don't have any. I don't care for, or like it's only like a what do you call it, like temporary happiness, where like I'll play a game for a couple days or a few
Uh,
weeks, and that's it. And I'm like, wow, I spent $60 on this for what, a month?
I understand that entirely. Temporary happiness.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of those things where if you're gonna grab onto this, make sure that it's something that you can at least continue to indulge yourself in. I
Mhm.
feel like what you're touching on with the whole aspect of the hopping aboard train and things like I feel like some people in some stream thing and you want to do this other thing because you know that this is going to make you happy, but you're doing it for the reason why you started, essentially,
Mhm.
like you're just but if this isn't really making you happy, then step back and remember what speaks. you wanted to take a step back from a long time ago, it's not too late to do that as well. Life by default is all just a choice, and with Rebel and this whole studio and things like that, it's all just a choice because this one said that they're going to do something for them. They chose to do that. And I think by default, interviews over the reason why it still exists and it has grown is because of the consistency and the hard work. That's why that's something that you
Mhm.
has a simple fact that, some people too when I was younger and I've done a do this, but if you stay consistent within the things that you want to do, then by default you'll see have to stay consistent. Don't focus on the numbers, don't focus on whatever. Focus on, is this making me happy? And understand that if it is making you happy, it will also it'll also bring in the people that love what you do.
Mhm.
And by default, that should be enough. Because you don't want to bring in a lot of people that hate what you do by default.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sometimes you keep cutting in and out, and that's just on me. So I apologize if anybody can't hear what you're saying. It's just I don't know. My internet is like dog shit. Sometimes my internet just like it like dips and then like you cut in and out. So I have a question. Are you using the wireless or a wireless Vive?
I am using a wired Vive.
A wired. Okay. The reason why I said
Yeah.
wireless is because I noticed that the wireless one has a lot more issues with this current patch of VR chat, so it's
With
not that
audio,
with audio and
I
stuff and
believe
like
it's
just
just
stuff
a
that's it
Vive in
just
general.
it's just on me. Like honestly, it's I don't know. Sometimes when I'm streaming, it's just like people just cut in and out. In this world, I apologize, but I get the gist what you're talking about.
You're
Like,
good.
yeah,
You're good.
I apologize for
Yeah,
that.
no.
It's just my internet. I'm sorry, guys. Sometimes I'm not perfect. I scuff up sometimes. But
Listen,
well,
scuff is fine.
yeah. So what I wanted to ask you about is, have you actually tested Unity 2018? Because it's supposedly happening soon, trademark, and that's supposed to actually affect dancers.
To be honest, I have not. I have not touched Unity in a while. Since the models, I haven't necessarily messed with things. So
Hmm.
to be honest, I really don't have any answers on
I've
that one.
you never tested the open beta, like booting up the game in open beta?
Oh, well, okay. Beta wise, sure. Beta wise, I do know. Which I'm honestly extremely excited about because of the simple fact things will not be delayed and things are going to be actually great for dancers.
Hmm.
As far as the beta and as far as the update for VRChat and things that are supposed to happen, I hope happen. Um, there's only literally like a millisecond of time behind a person doing a dance move. You can see the person expressing what they do,
Hmm.
and it's on beat to the music. So, but in that situation, like as far as IDA, we do. There's some people there that do dance battles and stuff like that, and they can actually see what that person is doing.
Hmm.
Now, imagine your body. By the way, you're going.
Whoa.
Um, imagine that situation with, like with RP, like you said.
Yeah.
Um, with attacks and things like that. If people want to act out a scenario, they can literally go into the beta or once it comes to live, things like that. They will literally be able to dodge, react, and attack and things like that. I'm just anxious for it to actually be in the live servers. That's where I'm at. I can't scream enough. It is amazing to actually see what a person is doing and still kind of get that vibe of how much energy they're putting into it
Yeah.
instead of it being so, slowed and delayed
Delayed.
and things
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I'm in Kalos Row every Friday, and there's times where like someone will punch someone or kick or like RP hurt someone, and like it's like 3 seconds later. It's like
three
what
or
the
four,
fuck?
3 or 4 seconds later.
It's so bad. I'm just like, what's going on? Like, well, I guess I'm gonna get into some RP fights now because I have full body, but like, it's pretty bad. Sometimes I'm just like,
Hunch.
yeah, and then it's just like three
3 to 4
seconds.
second delay.
It's like,
Oh,
oh, it's like, what did I just watch? I'm like, what's going on
and
here?
that's the best part about it too, because you know how in some RP scenarios people will say like, okay, so I jumped towards you or whatever, and I did this or whatever. Like,
Mhm,
I feel like there will be a tone down of that, especially if people are able to do choreos.
mhm,
And if they're able to do choreos, then by default they can just act out the entire scene and just have a blast with it. And I feel like that'd be more um they'll feel like they're actually acting out their character, especially if
yeah,
you have your full body and stuff like that. You know, more more immersion, more immersion.
yes. Because the amount of time,
Mhm.
like even the basic thing, like shaking your hand or hugging you, it's like scuffed. Because like you're going in for the hug, and then I'm like, you're not hugging me yet, and I'm like, oh, and then you know what I mean. Like even basic things are just scuffed in this current
Live
system.
live servers are we work with it, but it's not like the beta. I feel
Hmm.
like if the beta is going towards this route, I can't wait until what's gonna happen after. That's where
Exactly.
I'm at. I hope it doesn't crash things. Crossing my fingers, hope it doesn't crash
Well,
things.
that's why it's been delayed over 2 months now. So
I don't want it to crash things.
yeah, exactly. We're getting close to our 1 hour period, like 12 minutes, I think. So what
Mhm.
we'll start doing is take some questions from the chat. So if any questions, you're streaming, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so if anyone
I am
in Sarah's
streaming.
chat or my chat, if you have any questions for either of us, we'll start taking them. In the meantime, I always have a bunch of backup questions and stuff to talk about in the meantime. Like, what is one
Alrighty.
thing, or actually, what's your weirdest experience in VR chat? Like, a weird moment where you're like, that's weird, or like, okay, I never thought I would see that before.
Ricardo. Ricardo. I
Ricardo
never,
Flick.
out of my entire freaking experience in this damn game, I never thought that I would see Ricardo. And I was like, what the hell is this? I remember when the meme took over. I was like, okay, you have, you know, the Knuckles generation, you're like, that's just part of your chat, whatever.
Yeah.
But you get back to Ricardo. And a lot of people during that time were getting the avatar, doing a little dance. I was like, no, no, no. I locked myself in this world. I'm good. I'm good.
The one thing
Playing mind
the
games.
one thing that you brought up is a good point is about memes. VR chat,
Mhm.
the only like real meme that I can think that came from VR chat is like the gun and Knuckles. Everything else is
Mhm.
put into VR chat.
Put into
Ricardo,
from
whatever.
lines and
Yeah,
other
yep.
things
So
and
like
yeah.
I gotta say, we need to like anyone out there who makes memes, we need to make memes about starting from VR chat and then outwards rather than putting memes into or sorry, yeah, like putting into VR chat, like the opposite.
Oh, the
The
memes.
only
Oh,
place I
yeah,
can
no.
think of where people put meme or made memes was Meme Factor. I don't know if you ever watched that or whatever, but basically is a bunch of
Mm-mm.
animators, custom avatar creators that got together and do a contest. It's like hosted by
Mhm.
Drekwiz, James Ski, and Greylith, and a few other of the boys. And
Mhm.
they just make meme avatars and like mess around and some of them like have made like full length like 5 minute like video. It's like literally like you, he puts it down and like it puts you in a movie basically, and you just watch this like animation. It's like it's like what the heck? It's like crazily
Not gonna
done.
lie, that's what I love about the community itself. um, VR chat and your experience pertains to what you make out of it. Which I believe is something that should be highly expressed upon because, you know, for some people they feel like VR chat in some situations it's bad because they're having a bad experience or it's
Hmm.
good because they're having a good experience and things like that. But here's the thing, if you're wanting to continue to grow or continue to make your experience more, you have to be open to the idea of creating it.
Hmm.
Like VR chat is very much so a social game, yes. However, you can also take this and branch it out to something that is more than just that. Hence, with me, I've done dance classes and I've literally done dance streams and things like that. and Rebel keep coming back to this, but they're doing a talk show. They're literally doing a talk show here in VR chat, and they've made that themselves. So literally, if VR chat is built upon what people bring here,
Mhm.
then by default, the direction we go is because of what people are bringing into the game and where people want to go and things like that. That's why I feel like it's also good to remember, like, you do make an impact on the community of VR chat as a whole. Just, be aware that you're also touching on different parts of people's lives and things like that. And sometimes it may help somebody and things like that. Just don't be afraid to do your part. If you feel like you have an idea that would probably give some people some laughs or some smiles, don't be afraid of it.
Exactly.
Especially in this community, you have a world where you can create anything compared to IRL. Do it.
Exactly.
Literally.
That's a good point to raise because I didn't start doing interviews until a couple months ago. But prior to doing this talk show, I actually did a lot of different types of things. I actually ran my own talent show and it failed. I did my own like
Mm-hmm.
waifu hunt. I did my own white ultimate waifu challenge that failed. I did made my own world presentation room plus. I made the friends wall. I did a lot of stuff in VR chat, and a lot of people don't realize that like a lot of what I did in the past 2 years, I failed at. Like I put time and sometimes money into something, and it didn't work out. I cut my
Mm-hmm.
losses, but sat back down and said, okay, as my body dies.
Oh,
Uh,
body's doing its
uh,
thing again.
and sorry. So I sat down, and sometimes yes, I did fail and be like, oh man, that sucked. But like, at least I sat down and like orchestrated a new idea or like sat down and planned a new thing, whatever it was, and still had fun with it. So like
Uh-huh.
that's what's important is like not everything you're gonna do is gonna be
Keep going.
successful. Keep going. Just keep making new ideas, new concepts, you know? You don't have to reinvent the wheel, but like just have fun with it,
Mm-hmm.
whatever you're doing. Like, I don't mind if someone started doing a talk show by themselves. I'm like, okay, that's awesome. Or if you want to do interviews too, or
Mm-hmm.
dance, or do memes or whatever, but do whatever you love. Don't just do something because, oh, that's
Mm-hmm.
going to get me popular. It's like, no, just do it because you want
Yeah.
to, because you're
Do it
passionate
because you
about
want
it.
to.
Exactly.
And if you're inspired, continue to work towards wanting to make it your own. If you're
Mhm.
inspired by somebody, make it your own and make it scream that it's you.
Mhm.
Like I don't as far as with dancers and things like that, in the world there's a lot of dancers.
Yep.
But it's easy to get caught in the view of watching what somebody else is doing and trying to be like, I want to be like that, but I want what you do and I want it to be part of me.
Mhm.
Which isn't wrong as far as inspiration, but what you should be doing is I'm inspired by you, but I'm going to take the basics and I'm going to continue to branch towards where I'm wanting to go as far as my dance because there's already one version of you. There's already one version of you out there, and nobody else can replace you. I need to express who I am, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Well, we got
Mm-hmm.
some questions here. So, starting from the top
Hello.
here, from Kelly, what's her favorite song to dance on or dance to?
My favorite song to dance on. Are we talk? Probably a recent one. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Um, man. Actually, here, let me look at my playlist because I have a playlist that is full of songs that I actually play too much of. Um. Oh no. Who is that by? Made to Love by what's his name? I can't think of it.
Quick chat.
Um,
Google it. Made to Love by who? I could look it up, but it would lag the stream.
Made to Love by John Legend.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
Made to
yeah,
Love by
John
John
Levin.
Legend. Yep. That song in general, I mean I haven't danced to it a lot on stream because I know I'll break freaking things with my headset. Every single time I start to dance and I get too into the music, I rip my
Mhm.
cord out. But that song that song in general, when I'm in the zone and dancing to that song, I think of two things. I think of the people in this world, and I think of the type of person I want to be in this world.
Mhm.
And It's oh my god, that song is amazing. Yeah, no, Made to Love by John Legend. Wonderful song, wonderful artist.
Okay. Kenshi says, since she got full body, what was her experience and what did she think?
Um, when I got full body, I remember jumping around everywhere and doing cartwheels and I um I didn't think at first that it was going to be like mind blowing to me, but once I figured out how to appropriately um put my shoes on my feet and with my hip tracker and have it there balancing things without stuttering, I was basically able to express myself that I would IRL entirely. And my entire experience with full body has just been
Mm-hmm.
you can see me go from chill to completely rambunctious and full of energy, whatever. I think full body gives you the opportunity to, because I mean, there's so much that you can just do with half body, but when you see somebody in full body and they're just full of energy, or you see them moving and they're able
Mm-hmm.
to do that, you're closer to understanding how that person is. And I think it's a fun factor. If you're debating full body, just go for it.
Yeah, look at me.
I would say just go for it.
Like feet.
Mhm.
Um,
Look at my legs.
yeah, look at my legs. Uh, can she flick for us? Did Ricardo flick? Like, just,
I'm not flicking.
oh, okay.
I'm not flicking. You
What's her
can flick. I'm good.
What's her
I'm
favorite
good.
dance move?
Ew, what's my favorite dance move? Boy and blah. Boy and blah. I made that up.
Oh,
That's
okay.
my own dance move. Boy and blah.
How long you been dancing for? You said since you're 6, right?
Mhm. Been dancing since I was 6, so I would max. Are we talking professionally or not
I don't know.
professionally, but like
Just
teaching
says how
wise
long you been
or
dancing
VR
for.
chat wise?
I don't know.
Since 6.
Okay.
I don't
How old
know.
are you now?
23. But
I'm only, well, I'm gonna be 25 this year, so I'm 2 years older than you.
damn.
I'm a, I'm a boomer.
Damn. Damn.
Damn, oh, I'm gonna die.
Damn.
From some, any more questions we can take? Maybe, what about you? Any question in your chat? We can take like maybe one more quick one, then wrap it up.
Um, I do you guys have any questions? Because I don't think they have any. They didn't type any. They didn't type any up. But
Yeah.
if you
Oh,
guys
okay.
do have any questions, they're about to wrap it up.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. We've been going for
Any
an hour.
questions from the
I
rubble?
keep, yeah, I keep track of the time. Yeah, Cheat VR is the one who asked. He says just in general, like how long you been dancing for. You said since 6. How long you been dancing professionally
Mm-hmm.
then?
Man, not even like professionally, but as far as with VR, I have been at least a year and a half now.
That's how long you been
As far
teaching?
as actuals, oh no, as actual studio, I have been teaching for 4 years.
Oh, okay, nice.
Hmm.
Does it feel weird when
I've
you
been
teach
teaching
people
dance.
to dance because like a dance studio is a giant empty room right with a giant mirror. So
A
that's my thing.
giant empty studio, and you have mirrors, and you basically just say, all right, here's how it's gonna go. We're gonna have a dance choreo and things like that.
It's like just
Unless
like
you're
VR
like my
chat.
class, and kinda, but you're actually doing something instead of
Oh
just staring in a mirror.
shit! Damn,
You're
roasted
actually doing
entirety of VR
something.
chat right there.
Well, okay, here's the thing. Okay.
Oh
As far
yeah.
as the whole mirror thing, if you're in a world and you're just chatting with friends, I can understand if you just want to be like looking at your avatar and you're like, my avatar's got looking. Okay. But if you don't
Yes.
have anything else, I mean,
Thighs.
it's so but not for 4 years and as I never wanted I never believed that I was actually going to be a teacher either. It just happens, and if it happens, that's just how you gotta. But I started. I still feel like I'm not teacher quality, and the reason why I say this is because I know I still have a lot to learn,
Mhm.
and that's not a bad thing. But I do teach the stuff that I do know as far as basics and things like that. And if I'm able to help in said situation and I know the knowledge and I've gone back in order to study, then yes, I will pass it on to said person. But I still have a lot to learn within
Mm-hmm.
myself. I'm still a student more than I am a teacher.
You ever tried pole dancing?
I have.
Do you have a pole in your room, like for VR chat and stuff?
I don't
Oh,
have a pole in my room. I've tried it at my friend's place before.
how was it?
I to be honest, pole dancing is actually really fun. If you're
That's
debating
what I
it, go
heard.
for it.
I'm not
Yeah,
memeing.
no,
Like I
it's
honestly, pole dancing, you have to
the
have a
thing
lot of
is
core strength, like upper arm strength.
a lot of core strength, and the
Mm-hmm.
thing is that if you're going to practice pole dancing, you better be ready to either have pads or you're gonna go without anything, and you're gonna have to wear you're gonna get bruises by default if you're just gonna go bare skin.
Mm.
Cause yeah, no, pole dancing it is fun in general. It does. I mean, I used to do it when I was little, and I was just swinging around on poles like monkey bars and stuff like that. You know, just by default, just having fun.
Yeah.
It's no different, but it's only different if you go to like strip club. That's a whole different
Hey,
situation.
hey, that's for the boys. That's where you're gonna have
And
fun.
that's for the
What's for the
boys.
boys?
Uh, yeah, no, I've done that before.
Okay. Well, yeah, pole dancing is a freaking workout by itself. Yeah, exactly. It is. I'm not
Mhm.
memeing. Like, I've seen people in VR chat pole dancing, and it's quite impressive. Like, because they have to like do it within like a pole in the world, and they do it in real. You know what I mean? To make it the immersion,
And they're doing
and
it in real
yeah, it's
life,
so like
and
it's really cool. Like Moxie is someone that does it, and a few others that I know. But like, it's crazy just to see them swing around and like go upside down and do this stuff.
once people get past the fact of where pole dancing is usually seen as, and just looking at pole dancing for the creativity behind it, the just
Hobby.
enjoying the fact of it actually being a dance,
Yeah.
it's you can literally just sit and enjoy it for what it is. And if you want to try it, then by default just don't attach it to, whatever people may put a stickler on it. Just have fun with it.
Exactly. Well, I think on that note, we're gonna wrap it up here. So I'll put the camera on you, for at least for my stream. And if you want to
But
shout yourself out, anything you got going on, you don't have to, but I always ask my guests if.
well, listen, you guys. Like I said, my name is Sarah. If you want to follow, my name is twitch.tv/Saranavi. Other than that, though, yeah, I don't have anything really big to shout out at the moment. I just do what I do, dancing, roleplay, all that stuff. And I have my wonderful community, FXF, Fearless X Flawless. But yeah, no, other than that, I don't have anything big and fancy to shout out.
Okay,
Y'all good.
no
Y'all
problem.
good.
Yeah, some people don't even want to like shout out their stuff, and that's perfectly fine. I always give the opportunity in case people want to
Uh-huh.
be like, hey, the Saranavi person's pretty cool. I'll drop a follow, see what she's doing, dancing and stuff. So,
Stream and make sure you guys go follow Rebel, that one Rebel, twitch.tv/that one Rebel. Hello.
hello, thank you. Well, anyway, on that note, thank you so much, Sarah, again for stopping by, and I really do appreciate it for
Of
coming on my
course.
talk show. I'm your host again. That One Rebel is my talk show, Late Night of Rebel, and I do this almost every day. At least I try to, and we're almost at 100, so fingers crossed we'll get
I
there.
would do this again in a year. If there's anything crazy, I would do this again in a heartbeat. This
Hmm.
experience has been fun and amazing, not gonna lie.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, I plan to do a podcast, so what I mean by that is like not just with you, but like of other dancers, so I can bring on 4 or 5 dancers, and then it's just like a
Mm-hmm.
whole dancing
Whole
podcast.
dance squad meetup.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd actually be interesting, not gonna lie. Blah. Boy,
Well,
blah.
before you go, I like to take a picture of you just like on the wall with the other people, so we're gonna do that.
Hello, let us get the picture.
Yes. Never done this in
I
full
would be
body,
down.
so this is gonna take me a second. Because I'm usually, not in full body for this.
Blah.
Oh, my back. There we go.
It's the Rebel, you guys. Wonderful interviewer. Wonderful
Yes.
experience.
That one rebel, it's me. Whoops. Flip it
Hey.
around. Hey, what's up?
Hello.
Take two, but always take two gamers.
Easy. Oh my god.
Got it?
Uh, easy. All
There you
right.
go. Thank you so
Let's
much. Oh,
Hip hug. Hip hug.
of course. Oh,
All the love. And keep doing your thing. I'm big proud. And thank you for all the inspiration too.
you too. Thank
Ah.
you so much.
And now I shall disappear like a ninja. Smoke bomb.
Whoa, where'd she go? I'll jump out the window. Oh, yo, Kelly. I'll see you. I don't know if you're still there because you said bye. Damn, I have to go out of time. I have to go to work. But Kelly, thank you so much for the 5,000 bits. I really do appreciate it. I know that maybe if you're watching the VOD when you come back or the next day, but thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And also, Sarah Navi, thank you so much for the interview. I really do appreciate it.